Hi, this is Evelyn with Magellan College Counseling, and I am here to introduce you to Carrie Adelman, who is one of the counselors on our team. Thank you for chatting with me today, Carrie.
It's my pleasure.
And as you know, we're making this video so people can get a feel for your personality before they decide who to work with on our team. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what brought you to college counseling?
My journey might be a little different than some other counselors. First and foremost, I was a previous client of Magellan College Counseling. I chose to hire a college counseling firm to use with my own children through their college journey. It allowed me to remove myself from the process and preserve the relationship with my children and put the portion of college admissions and the stress and or the process with a professional who, if I said white, 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 my children would say black. But when the counselor said white, it was white. I did a lot of research and I found Magellan was the best fit. I believed in their integrity. I believed in their process, their priority for putting the best fit for my child first and foremost. So I had a really pleasant experience using Magellan. And now that I'm coming around to enter that field, there's nowhere I felt that I was a better fit than for the people I trusted my own children with.
That's fabulous. Of course, we're so happy to hear that. And you talk about integrity and you talk about fit. And so talk to me a little bit about your process as you're working with students, through their college admission journey. Where do those, especially fit, where does that fit part really come in?
I think in today's day and age for kids looking for colleges, it's very hard. So many of the colleges are looking for kids to know what they want to be when they grow up. And I think at 17, I certainly didn't know what I was going to be doing at 17. And to put that pressure on a student, I think part of it is taking them through a journey, having them explain, explore, really taking the time to get to know what interests they have. What are their favorite classes? What lights them on fire? What is it that makes them light up when they talk about a subject or a passion? And I think it's finding the alignment between that desire they have and what kind of programs are out there. But there's more to it than that. Part of it is what's a fit size, location. I, in particular, work with a lot of students who have learning differentials, who are neurodiverse. That's a whole nother level of comfort for the student, for the family. There's a whole nother level of considerations that need to be taken into consideration when choosing an institution to place your child at. And I have to look at each of those along with the child, along with the family, and see what truly makes sense. So it's really getting to know a child and their family, their values, of course, their financial fit, and what academically is going to be the right place for them.
Absolutely. And when you're visiting colleges, because as you know, very important on our team is getting out there, visiting colleges, seeing what they're all about. What are you looking for when you're on a college campus, when you're asking questions of those admission officers or the students that you meet? What are you looking for?
For me, a lot of it is I get a vibe. And I tell my students that as well. I said, you may step onto a campus and in 5 minutes know if that's right or wrong for you. I'm not going to let you walk off the campus in 5 minutes because you need to give it a fair shot. But does it feel too big? Does it feel too much like a party school? Does it feel like there's nothing going on? Does it feel like nobody's talking to each other? Or are you seeing kids engage? When you walk into a lab, are kids working together? Is it a collaborative environment? Is it a competitive environment? What are people doing on the weekends? I like to ask kids, what do you guys do on the weekends? And I always tell my students this as well as me. If I ask a tour guide or anyone in the dining halls, I'll say, if you could change one thing about the campus, what would it be? Because I'm never going to ask, what's the best thing? What's the worst thing? What would you change or what would you not change? What drew you here? Because I think every college tends to attract, and while there's a wide variety, it may draw a certain type of student. You'd like to say, who would thrive here? What kind of student would thrive here, would really work well with this environment? And I think that's what I try to pick up on when I do a visit, when I interview kids.
I love that. I always talk about college as the pit stop, right? The place that's going to help you become the human being that you're supposed to be.
A launching pad.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So interestingly, you and I both got started in the college admissions field very similarly. You used to interview for your undergraduate alma mater. What was that experience like?
That was my way to stay involved, to give back to the community. I've always loved teenagers. I think some people find it funny that my favorite peer group maybe is teens. It also felt like I had a finger on the pulse of what was evolving in the high school journey, the college journey, what kind of kids, and I felt like I had a really unique perspective for my alma mater. So that was a way for me to not only see what was out there, what kind of kids were applying, and to be able to maybe help kids. I'm on the West Coast, and my alma mater's on the East Coast, very old traditional school. And I wanted to give kids the experience too of, hey, you're talking to someone who's in the same boat as you. I was coming from a very similar background, and how do you pick that? And I really loved helping to guide students and help them find the right place for them. And that was another part. I've stayed involved in higher ed for many years.
Fabulous. Fabulous. What student is a really good fit to work with you?
Gosh, I tend to work with a wide range of students. As I said, I do tend to have maybe a disproportionately large number of kids who are neurodiverse, whether ADD, ADHD, ASD1, dyslexia. But I love working with a child who's curious, but maybe also a child who doesn't know what they want, who needs some guidance, who needs some help figuring out, what is this all about? How do I find what's right for me? I really believe in engaging with kids and really meeting them where they're at, and guiding them through the process. And for some kids, they're hyper focused, and that's great. But I think a lot of kids just don't know what they want and need some guidance. And I love working with a kid who is willing to open up to me, who is willing to let me be, kind of the rudder for their boat to help guide them through the waters of this whole process. And, wants a partner. I think of myself as a partner for a student. I'm there. I'm their cheerleader. I'm their team leader. I work essentially for them. I'm there helping them guide the process.
Love that. Love that. So there you have it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you got a feel for Carrie's personality and who she really enjoys working with, and the kind of guidance that she will provide for you in partnership, like she just said. So thanks for watching, and thanks for talking to me, Carrie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.